Hello YouTube. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. If this is a repeat visit for you, then welcome back. Today I'm going through the build and review video of the Pantasy, that's P-A-N-T-A-S-Y, not fantasy but Pantasy, building block kit. This is kit number 85024. They call it the Motorcycle Restaurant. I guess that's getting creative because there is a bunch of stuff in here. There's a game room, a restaurant, sort of a dealership, repair shop, whatever. So it's kind of a whole bunch of stuff in one. So calling it Motorcycle Restaurant, I guess, works. I'm probably not going to win over any Pantasy fans with this because I'll save my final thoughts for the end. But while this is a cool looking kit and there's a lot of detail in it, I was less than thrilled with some of the aspects. So, and I'll get into those as we get on here. But let me just kind of give you an overview of the building. So as you can see, it's pretty big. It's tall. It's multiple floors, and I'll break this apart and show you what that looks like later. But I'm just going to kind of bring you around here so you can see the details. So there is one side, and you can see they did a good job with stuff like, you know, the air conditioner on the wall there, and ladder like fire escape things going up, and there is a bunch of doors all over the place. The curved windows are a pretty cool feature. You know, they got a lot of signage. I will say that is one plus to this kit is all of the parts are printed. There's no stickers in this kit, which is, if anybody who's watched my channel before will know, I'm not a fan of stickers. So yeah, I do appreciate that they've given printed parts. So anyway, there's an overview. You kind of get the idea of, you know, what it looks like and so on. So what do I not like about the kit? I will say the biggest gripe that I have with this kit was, much like several of the other kits that I've done, if you've watched my reviews again, you've heard me say this before. They need to do a better job of making the colors and the instructions more true to life to what the actual kit colors are, because especially in this kit, the clear pieces were brutal to be able to tell apart from white pieces. The only way that I was able to figure out that they were clear instead of white in some cases was because there were no white pieces. But yeah, so I don't like that. That bugs me. But the other thing is, and I'm going to show you here in a second, they're minifigs. So those are all the minifigs that come with this kit. There's 5 of them. While I think they're kind of cool to look at, there's some weird things you need to know about these if you've never built these kits before. These legs, they're fixed. They don't move. So if they're sitting, they're sitting. The legs don't bend. If they're standing, they're standing. The legs don't bend. You have to swap the legs out depending on whether you want them to stand or sit. The standing legs have little holes in them, so you can stand them on the pegs. The seated ones are flat, so let me see if I can get in here so you can see that there's no holes in her feet, but they all do have holes in their backside, so you can sit them and she's stuck, right? So anyway, this is where one of my issues comes in. So while I think they look cool, if you were to look at, so let me get you in here, you can see the helmets in there. Those are standard like Lego size minifig helmets that would fit on a Lego head. They are certainly not going to fit on these big bobbleheads, right? So stuff like that kind of irks me. I'm being nitpicky a little bit, but like, if you're going to have big head people, have big headed helmets, just so it's somewhat real, right? These motorcycles, so there's actually one inside the shop there, and then there's this one out here that's loose, and there's this one up here that sits on top of this like track thing, which goes nowhere, and it's kind of odd to me, but I guess it's a cool gimmick for a motorcycle shop. While these are, I'll say, semi cool to look at, they are very fragile. So if as a static model, they're okay, but if you plan on having kids that are going to play with this, those are going to fall apart the second they try to play with them, because they are very ginger, I'll say. One other little pet peeve that I have, I'm going to swing this around. See, the motorcycle just fell over because they're very unstable. Up here on the top, can see this door actually does not open because it hits the pegs down here at the bottom. All the other doors do open. Some of them are challenged because like this one has the ladder in the way, but it does open. These doors open just fine. Their garage door is a roll-up style garage door, which works but is somewhat troublesome. I just think they could have done, for the price that they charge, Fantasy is not cheap. I would say that they're on the upper echelon of price. They're up there with the Lumi bricks and stuff. There is no lights in this kit, so right off the bat they're not really comparable because they don't have lights. And I just feel like between the instructions and the little things that I called out here, they should not be such a high price point. That's just one guy's opinion, right? I know there's a lot of Pantasy lovers out there, and to you I say great, purchase more kits, have fun. I'm not saying I wouldn't buy more Pantasy kits. I'm just saying I'm a little disappointed, and I would definitely wait for them to be on sale versus paying full price, because I just don't feel like that they're worth the same price as like a Lumibrix kit. So anyway, let me take this apart for you and show you all the different floors and all the detail inside, and then I'll wrap things up after that. Okay, so here's the model with all of the floors separated. So as you can see, we have the ground floor or the base floor, and I'll kind of get you inside of each one of these floors here so you can kind of see inside, see all the detail that's in there. So there's essentially the first floor. This is the second floor. Around. This is the third floor, so kind of like a game room. And this is the top floor slash roof. And this room here is like a video game room. And then that's the actual roof that goes on top of here. So there is in total, as you can see, 4 floors. And the way that these lock together, as you can see if I can get, so you can see there's like 2 pegs there. Can't really see it here. Let me get this one. This one will show pretty good. So you can see that there's a couple of, like here and here, where they just have a couple of pegs. Those lock in on the undersides of the floors to basically keep everything together, and then the rest of it's smooth, so that it you know, has a place to sit and it's supported, but it doesn't lock. That makes it come apart easier. So okay, let me get this back together, and then I'll wrap up my thoughts on the build. Okay, so here's my final thoughts. You heard my gripes in the beginning of the video, so I'm not going to rehash those. Overall, it was a decent kit to build, aside from the instruction issues that I called out. They do pack a lot of detail in here. There is a lot of cool features. The pieces did go together. It's good quality and stuff like that. But as I mentioned, for me, just again, my opinion, I think that their price point is off for what you get, based on the fact that there's no lights, the instructions are not great, and they're, you know, the alignment of like details to the minifigs and so on, it's lacking to me. That being said, you know, if you're buying this for a static model and you like the Pantasy brand, it's a good buy for you. Hope this was helpful. Again, I know I'm not making any friends with Pantasy lovers here, but you know, I'm just providing one man's honest opinion, and hopes that it will help others out there make some informed decisions, and maybe learn some things about the brand that, like, I didn't know that the minifigs legs weren't adjustable. That was new to me. So hopefully this helps y'all out. It is a cool fig building in the end, so no regrets necessarily, just a learning experience for me, and hopefully it will be for you as well. Take care, y'all, and hopefully I'll see you again in the next video.